Okay. What emotional impact can come when you are leaving the home that you have shared
Yeah.
with your soon-to-be ex-partner?
Yeah, and this is where it gets really emotional for a lot of people, especially if you have kids and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is where all the memories are of these kids. Here's the pencil marks on the door. So as they were growing up, there's the tree that they fell out of when they were 6. Over here's the swing set. It's really easy to have a lot of sentimentality to your house where you've lived. What I tell people is that home is where your heart is. It's not a particular place. And that might sound corny, but it actually is very true.
Yeah.
I grew up in a house where it wasn't divorced, but we moved several times when I was a child. And so it wasn't, it wasn't for a reason that my parents were, it wasn't a traumatic reason. It's just my dad was getting transferred to places. And I took my cues from my parents. So it was always, oh, this is a new adventure. Oh, we're going to have a new house. Oh, you're going to get a new bedroom. You're going to make new friends. That was the spin that was put on it. It was not, oh, you're going to leave all your friends behind and your school. It was always, the focus was on the positive. And your children will take their cues from you. So rather than, kind of wallowing in the sadness of it, if you can frame it as, okay, this is a new part of our life. We're going to make the best of this, and, we're going to take into your consideration what you would like. Maybe we get to go house hunting and you can come with me, or apartment housing, or whatever it is that you're doing. But you can put the spin on it, and your kids will take the cue from that. Because I know a lot of times that's the big thing for the parents is, they don't want to leave their friends. It's already a disruption in their life. And I get that. That is true. But you don't have to let that worry you so much that if you need to move, it's not going to ruin your kids' lives.
No.
They are resilient. There's some big lessons that can come out of this. Like, I need to learn how to make new friends. These are the kids I've known since I was in kindergarten, so it's not been a challenge. And it's really good to just build character, like take on new challenge. How are you going to handle that? Go to a new school. How am I going to handle that? Your kids can handle it.
Yeah.
So don't feel like you have to protect your kids so much from these life events. It's okay that they're going to be okay.
Yeah. I think that communication is going to be a big thing. And give yourself the time to grieve.
Yes.
But give yourself almost like a deadline.
Yeah.
I know when I moved out of my house, I said I'm going to give myself 3 days to be sad. And then I'm going to start moving forward. Yeah. And, for some people, 3 days is like, that's not enough time. You need a lot more time than that. And that's perfectly fine. But figure out what that is for you, because you have to go through all the emotions, but you don't want to get stuck there.
Right. And you are going to be dealing with grief for many different reasons.
Yes.
Your loss of a marriage is that's a huge loss. Even if you can't stand the other person now, it's still a loss, because now your holidays are going to look different, birthdays are going to look different, Mother's Day is going to look different.
Yeah.
All kinds of things are going to change, and they are losses, part of life. But you do have to recognize that. The other thing I would say, but I love the idea of setting a time limit on allowing yourself to do this. The other thing you can do is buy an egg timer. And set it for like 15 minutes and say, okay, for 15 minutes, I'm going to wallow in this. Like really, really get into it. And then when that timer goes off, you're done, and have something else set up for you to go and think about it or go do. Like, already have that pre-planned, not just like, oh, my time is up now. What am I going to do? I still feel really sad. It's like, after this, I'm going for a run. After this, I'm cleaning the bathroom. After this, I'm going shopping. So something that you're going to do when that timer goes off.
Yeah.
And you will find that over time you will naturally move through that, but it keeps you from wallowing.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to do the egg timer 5 days in a row, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yep.
But you're training yourself. Feel it, go through it. Now let's move forward.
Yes, it's so important.
Very important.